Hi viewers, welcome to DOL, Dignity of Labor KTP series, Know the Profession. Today we have Niharika with us, Business Analyst. Hi Niharika,
Hi Mahendra.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks a lot for giving me time for this podcast. Okay, just to start off with, kindly give a brief introduction for our audience, like how did you start, how did you ended up into this profession?
Sure. First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on this podcast. So I have pursued my 10th and 12th from Indore itself,
Mm-hmm.
from Choitram School. Then I did my BBA from Indore Institute of Management Studies, which was specialized in healthcare administration, hospital and healthcare. And I did my MBA into the same field from IIHMR University, Jaipur,
Mm-hmm.
wherein I pursued MHA,
Okay.
MBA HHM,
Okay.
Hospital and Healthcare Management.
Mm-hmm.
So in that we got an option to choose a specialization in our second year. So I chose hospital administration in that.
Okay. So then, how did you ended up into the business analyst profile? Like, was it too lateral hiring, campus hiring? How did it all go?
So it was campus hiring. The
Mm-hmm.
company, one, the big four which I work in,
Mm-hmm.
it came to our campus for hiring. We had the aptitude test.
Mm-hmm.
We had a screening on basis of the aptitude test and our scores in the previous levels of our
Education.
education. And after that, we had two rounds of interview. One was more technical based, and one was more HR inclined interview.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
So it's been like maybe year and a half you have been into this profile, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So how are you feeling about this role? Like, uh, how related is this with the course that you have already did?
So the core of the course, the healthcare, it is all the same.
Same. Okay.
Only I would say the application part is slightly different because
Mm-hmm.
the since we are in an Indian society,
Mm-hmm.
the application and examples were more related to the Indian healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And right now in the Big Four I am working, it is more the clients we have are based on US healthcare.
Okay.
So there is a slight difference
Like it's
between
different
them.
market, but then
Yeah,
the fundamentals is the
yeah,
same.
the fundamental. You know the terms, you know the processes, they are the same.
So then it would be like you have chosen this profession rather than it came by choice, right?
It came by choice, I
Yes.
would say.
Okay.
Like both. It's
It's a
a
mix of
mixture
both.
of both because I wanted to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my NEET exam.
Mm-hmm.
The college that I got was not what I
Expected of.
expected of, and I did not. I knew that I had given everything
Mm-hmm.
into that, and wasting another year did
Yeah.
not make that much
Yeah.
sense to me. So yeah, then I came into this profession, and then I learned how vast this is because
Mm-hmm.
before that I did not know anything about it. That
Okay.
there is a hospital administrator in hospitals, or
Yeah.
there is a healthcare business analyst or anything like that. So
That's great. So
after a point, it became a
yeah, right.
choice.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then yeah. So you aim for something, but then you're still into the same sector, so that will give you the
Yeah.
satisfaction. Agreed. So how does your usual day in day out works look like in this profession of business analyst?
So we basically try to figure out the cash flow of our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the cash getting leaked? Where is it getting stuck? And why the client is not getting paid for
Mm-hmm.
that lost amount, which is
Okay.
a very significant amount.
Okay.
So we try to figure that out. We try to create workflows according to that, and then we get an approval from the client that is this the way to proceed correctly for it, and is this the way to get back the money that
Okay.
they have lost.
So it's more of revenue cycle management of your client, and it might change as per different projects that you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
So, do you have any specific targets for every day or every month, and like how does your stress build up in this
Yeah,
project?
so we do have targets. We have different projects,
Mm-hmm.
and on the basis of the complexity of that project,
Mm-hmm.
we have set targets for
Okay.
every individual.
Okay.
Of course, you can exceed the target that is there, but
Yeah.
that is the minimum, that bare minimum
Like
that
the
you need to.
expectation from you
Yes,
is that,
yes,
like the minimum benchmark that they
yeah.
have to have. So, like, what are those? So, when you have certain targets, when you discuss about the workflows, what are the prime decisions or the responsibilities that you as a healthcare business analyst will go through in this project?
So I will do analytical study of what is going on, where in which process or in which flow of the revenue cycle
Mm-hmm.
the amount is getting stuck,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will try to figure out a way to get that amount back going into the software.
Mm-hmm.
US healthcare has a software
Yeah.
where all the data
All the
is
EHRs
stored.
and all
Yeah,
that. Okay.
EHRs and EMRs are there.
Mhm.
So we go into that and we try to figure out that this is the account, this is the patient account. Here we see a discrepancy. We figure out what it is. We take it back to the client, and then the
Okay. So
client.
more of investigation, finding out the root cause. Then you come back with a solution as well.
Yeah, and it is an on-the-go process. Even if we have given them a solution or they have given us a solution,
Mm-hmm.
if while working we still find a better way to do it, then
Mm-hmm.
we can again propose it to our client.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's like every day you improve something or the other in the process.
Definitely,
That's
definitely.
nice. So, like once you are into this stream, so there might be certain core subjects or courses that you have learned already in
Yeah.
your MBA. So, do you think that there is some courses which are like totally as a prerequisite for this job?
Well, I would say almost,
Funda of
yeah,
all.
fundamentals of all.
Okay.
Because while coming into this course, I have actually studied every course. I have
Okay.
studied IT, I have studied finance, I have studied
Okay.
marketing, I have
Because
studied
yeah,
operations.
it's like a MBA is like you
Yeah,
can be placed at anywhere, but
exactly. But
as
this was more
healthcare oriented. Yes.
converged to healthcare, and
Mm-hmm.
all the examples
Mm-hmm.
in here were based on healthcare only.
Okay.
But apart from that, I would say that you really need to have, if you want to become a business analyst, you need to have good analytical skills. You should
Mm-hmm.
have good knowledge of tools like Power BI, of Microsoft Excel tools, Microsoft
Mm-hmm.
Office tools. So yeah, that is actually a prerequisite. Apart from that, to survive in a corporate culture, you need to have some soft skills
Yeah.
like team management,
Yeah,
networking, and
networking.
stuff like this.
Okay. So you might place the prime skill set that for this profession would be like, fundamentals of healthcare,
Yeah.
whether it is India or US, the core
Core
fundamentals.
At least the terms you should
Yeah.
know.
And then analytical mindset with, investigative approach of every problem that you are
Yeah.
going to
Because
solve.
even if you are working in a different system, but you know what the basics are, it
Mhm.
will be easier for you to
So
study
crack
the
it down. Yes,
crack
correct.
crack the other system.
Yeah, that's great. So, like once you get all these prerequisites and all, do you have any specific course that Iqbal, I have learned this that would be added? Like you mentioned, analytic skills and all. So those might be part of your course curriculum. But
Yeah.
then, what is that one thing that you miss here?
So I would say that in my case personally, I was from a COVID batch.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually taught really advanced level of all these analytical skills, but we actually couldn't
Applying
implement or apply it
with the live
that
data
much.
or yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because when you are there with your mentors, then that approach is different, and when you are doing assignments
Yeah,
at
that is
home, then we all know how it takes
yeah that is
place.
that
Yeah.
is there. Okay. So on basis of what you have said, like, do you really feel that there is work-life balance in this profession? Are you happy?
Yeah, I would say there is. There
Okay.
is. Like the firm which I work in, my
Mm-hmm.
leads are really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell them that I am having issue, if I am having a lot of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
then they manage it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, there are so many people that we have that all the work is distributed
Okay.
amongst all of
So
us.
that's great
So
to hear.
it is I never feel like that much pressure that I
I'm
don't
missing
want
out on the
I'm
balance.
missing out on the balance. That is not there. And of course, the weekends are completely off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
corporate life is above waiting for the
Yeah.
weekend. Agreed. So, like, what are those, primary things that you all the time look forward for motivation in this profession? Like there are certain general factors like compensation, but
Yeah.
like you come from a healthcare background and you're also working in healthcare sector itself. Does that really give you a satisfaction and motivation to grow up in the ladder?
So if I talk about my short-term goal, it of course it is monetary, it is compensation,
That is
and
a
going on about the ladder. But in the long term, I would want accessible and approachable healthcare to all the segments of the society.
that's
No
great.
matter what the background they're coming from, but I want that a good healthcare is provided to all of them, which is not the current situation.
Okay. So that's great to hear because that's like a very noble cause or noble objective that you have for.
Yeah.
So assume if we have to really think about 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself? Like currently you're into business analyst. What is the position that you want to achieve or what kind of project that you want to do?
Like I would probably want myself to be the face of a project,
Mm-hmm.
like me leading a project and
Okay.
Doing the ins and outs of the
Okay.
project.
So dealing end to end of
End to end of yeah.
end to end of the project, starting from pitching to client, getting the business, and
Yeah.
then setting up all
Setting up the
numbers.
process and setting up the
That's
team.
nice. Yeah, you will be there. That's great.
Definitely.
Yep. So, but these days we happen to have several fast growing technology advancements everywhere, like AI, ML, where people are like, every profession can be replaceable. So, how do you think that this will come to healthcare or your specific profession of business analyst?
Of course, the technology is advancing, but this is a healthcare profession we are talking about.
Mhm.
We almost deal with lives of people.
Correct.
So here we cannot let technology take over.
Mm-hmm.
And if we talk about India precisely, then we still need hospital administrators to do all the job end to end. So I don't see AI taking over the jobs of hospital administrator in
Mm-hmm.
any near future.
Yep.
And healthcare is something that will never go depleting.
Yeah,
It will
that is there.
it is always going to increase.
Yeah.
So that is one of those fields that will not be impacted that much with the use of AI.
Like maybe that would be the last one to get impacted when compared to other
Not
sectors.
not last also. Like we do see that surgeries and everything are being taken
Mm-hmm.
by AI these days, but still,
Yeah. Like replaceable
it's
things
not
will be
replaceable.
replaceable. Okay.
It can be helpful, but not
Mm-hmm.
replaceable.
Agree.
Yeah.
So, like when you see about any profession, there will be certain advantages and disadvantages, right?
Yeah.
So, rather than advantages and disadvantages, what is the craziest thing that you happen to have in this profession?
So I would say I have more knowledge about US healthcare than the people living in
Okay.
US, because we are so close to the system that I know if I go to US today, I know which plan to buy, when to visit a physician, when they will be available, which will be more better,
Affordable or
more
accessible and highest
affordable, or
of
yeah, which
quality.
will be a better option for me. So I think that is a very bizarre thing because people in US don't know what they are doing.
Agree. So, then, like, see, craziest things will be all the time there, but there will be slight of cons in every profession. Like, if at all this was there, it would have been great. So, what are those things?
Okay, so before COVID, we were given the opportunity for client visits. We
Okay.
were going on the site and everything. But after COVID, the team has figured out that that is not necessary.
Okay.
So yeah, that is one of the cons, I would say,
so client travel will give you more exposure
to their system. Yeah,
yeah, agreed.
like we can actually see how their hospitals are, how they
Mhm.
function,
Mhm.
how do their departments look like.
Okay. So, as a fresher coming out from an MBA into health administration, and what is the kind of salary that one can expect here?
Like they can expect anywhere between 7 to 10 lakhs when
Okay.
they're a fresher.
And then it will grow as
Then
per
it
the
will grow as well. If you're doing an MBA, then of course you might have a prior experience. Then
work.
your salary requisites depend on that.
So, like, you are into consulting into a healthcare specific sector.
Yeah,
So, it would be primarily into metro cities, all this kind of
that's
stuff.
right. That's right.
So, are you really liking it? Because these days we happen to have, like, the cities are stuck with so much amount of traffic, and you
Yeah.
want to have a peaceful life. How do you look like? Okay, but on the other side, you also have like, an option to do a work from home kind of a
Yeah.
setup in only these corporate setups.
Yeah.
So, assume in 5 to 10 years, which of these two you would select? Like, I would go to office daily, or you want hybrid kind of a thing where I stay in metro, I want those kind of lifestyle and then do work from home.
Hybrid kind of lifestyle is absolutely the dream. Though the projects that we are associated with right now actually requires us to go into office every day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would choose the hybrid lifestyle.
Okay.
But if I'm given a choice of going to a third tier
Mm-hmm.
city and being in a metro city, I would definitely choose a metro city.
Agree.
Metro city with hybrid workers.
Agreed. So, like, and we happen to see in this generation, everyone wants to retire early and have like, huh, it's so much. So,
Yeah.
are you into that phase, or you are into another side of the coin that no, I have to grow much into the ladder or gain highest amount of
I
responsibility?
think I'm on the other side. I
Okay.
believe in never stop hustling
Mhm.
motive. So I don't see myself retiring till the
Mhm.
day I die if possible.
Like, have some healthy well-being breaks that would
That is definitely
really
necessary
yeah.
for yourself as well.
Mhm.
But no, I never want to stop working.
Okay. What is that? You have mentioned certain kind of skill sets that everyone should have to get into this profession. So I don't think there is any obstacle for someone into a different profession currently can
Yeah.
switch here as well, right?
Yeah, they can switch as long as they have some
Healthcare
fundamentals. They can definitely switch.
So assume if I'm or some of our viewers would be like, into the 10th, 12th or doing their BBA. So what is your quick advice about, rather than going totally into healthcare administration into hospitals,
Yeah.
or the other side, like working in a consulting healthcare sector? What is that one quick advice or, guidance that you want to leave it out to the viewers?
So actually, when you are doing your MBA, you get this choice. For 1 year, you are taught all the subjects,
Mhm.
so that you can at least you can ponder among your interests that what subject interests you more. And then in the second year, you are given the choice of choosing a subject. I personally chose hospital because it actually covered all the basics of health and the hospital and the corporate era setup. And healthcare more focused on public health and rural health, which did not ignite me that much.
Okay.
So there you can actually, after knowing some about it, you know what your interest looks like and where do you see yourself going.
Okay, that's nice. Thanks a lot, Niharika.
Thanks, Mahendra.